Now, in this interview tip, we're going to be talking about that dreaded salary question. What do you do when someone asks you, what are you expecting as your salary? And so most of us tend to freeze at that point because we don't know how much to ask for. Should we pitch too high? Should we pitch too low? We have no idea. So the best thing I can advise you is to do your research so you know what the industry norm is, so that you can give them a range that would be acceptable for you. So if somebody asks you, what salary would you be expecting? You could say, from the research that I've done, in this industry, in this size company, I believe that the range at this level of role would be between X and Y. Am I correct? That way you get a bit of a gauge as to where they might be positioning you and whether it's acceptable to you or not. Just throw the question back at them. Now, Carsten has got an interesting story because he was interviewing once and the candidate had a different approach.
So this candidate I briefly mentioned in a previous video. He essentially, we discussed what range we were in, and he responded back very confidently that that would only allow him to work for say 2 days a week for that amount of money, and then he started probing whether we could make an agreement around that. And he wasn't at the end of the conversation at that stage. We hadn't finished all the interviews, and we weren't in a position to just let him work for 2 days. So it basically became a major turn-off. It gave us me a bad taste in the mouth, and we didn't proceed past that that conversation.
Yes, when it comes to salary, don't start negotiating until there is an offer on the table, okay? Because negotiating too early, well, you haven't even been offered the job yet, so what's the point in negotiating? And you might not get any further. So just be careful, make sure you do your research when it comes to salary. Ask people if you don't know. Have a look at the salary surveys. If you look on seek.com.au or any of the major recruiters' websites, you'll find that most of them have got a salary survey as well as the government surveys. So do your research before you start talking money. All right, see you next time.